we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, this is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
I was thinking about if you were at the stream filling up your water and then you look over down the stream.
It's like a bear.
Someone's shitting in it.
Oh.
A person.
Yeah, but they're downstream. I'm fine.
If they're downstream, yeah, you're good.
Totally
Upstream,
fine.
but
Yeah.
upstream.
You're good.
It's on your
No.
You got to watch out for that shitty water. You know, it's out there. It's lurking.
Yeah.
It's lurking.
murky.
There's
What,
shitty water.
what
everywhere.
happens if you drink like
Oh, man.
shitty water?
You get the waterborne pathogens, and then you
just like
shit.
you
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, you throw
Giardia,
up,
probably.
get liquid.
You get diarrhea, you dehydrate.
Yeah.
Been watching a lot of Bear Grylls. I've been catching up on Old
Oh,
Man
really?
vs. Wild.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's a badass. But
We watched
I
this.
think Alone is better.
You like
Not-
Alone?
Not to. Wait, Bear Grylls? Who am
Bear-
I thinking of?
I don't
What's
know.
the other guy?
well, you got Les Stroud. He's the Survivor man.
Who's the guy who's like we thought he was doing it, but then they like would drop him off at a resort?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that Bear?
yeah. Bear got caught screwing around a little bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one thing about Bear is he's like eating some of the nastiest shit. out of
He's
all of them.
knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And he does the things. But the thing on Alone that I like is it's like
Legit.
legit.
And it's like everyday people.
Yeah, and it's like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Season 6, the guy who killed a moose, that was incredible.
damn.
And he lived off that moose. But then Wolverines stole his meat.
How do you store the food?
He built a freaking shack
And smoked
out
it.
of raw materials, like just cut down trees with like, because you get 10 different tools, whatever you want.
Yeah.
They don't have to all be tools, but I think he brought like a knife, so he used the knife, built
I
a
mean,
shed.
you gotta bring a knife.
And then
if you're doing that.
he like, what do you
Yeah.
call it? When you put meat up and it dries.
He's drying the meat.
Yeah, but there's like a name
He's like
for
curing it.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
like curing it, but so he built that, and then Wolverines snuck in there. Then he killed the Wolverines and got the fat from the Wolverines.
Yeah.
And then used that to like, you need more fat than the protein to
Right.
like survive. And it was wild though. This guy was nuts.
Yeah, Alone is a good show. I haven't
Yeah.
seen the new stuff, but I saw when
I
it
haven't
first
seen
came out.
any of the new ones, but season 6 stuck out as like one of the most insane seasons.
I'll have to give that a watch because I've been into that survival stuff. It's
Yeah.
entertaining to watch and you learn a lot.
You learn a lot.
Yeah.
I go out hiking and camping a lot, and it inspires you to try everything that they're trying.
yeah, go out there for like 48 hours, no food.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty
Try and
cool.
build your own shelter.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I want to take that on, I think.
Yeah.
We've had a couple survival experts on this program.
Oh,
and
really?
We always
Well,
had,
that's
like,
cool.
we kind of like ask them, hey, do you want to do the show alone or something like that? Is that something you consider? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
Huh.
but they're all their own content creators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. So you want to be a survivalist and you want to be a sommelier of water,
Yes.
learning
That's a
about
good
everyone's
mix.
skills here.
I want to drink
A water aficionado.
water from like the most natural mineral spring well
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
ever.
that
Like,
one in France has healing powers, right? That episode, I think it was on that same episode with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
It has healing powers?
yeah. People. I mean, look.
Yeah, apparently.
Perception can be reality in a lot of ways. So if like you believe that Tylenol works, like it probably works.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so if you're drinking from this mineral well, this natural spring, and you feel like it's going to help you stay young, and you keep drinking from it,
Yeah.
like maybe it does help you stay a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Maybe you do live a little bit more youthful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah, it's that whole like state of mind thing, I think.
Is that why
Telling
the
yourself
Sure.
to be positive.
power lifters drink breast milk?
Do they?
Do they really?
I know a couple
That's a
guys
thing,
that
huh?
like,
Heard of that, yeah.
they do breast milk.
Yeah.
It's like human growth hormone in it or something.
What?
But is it, though?
I mean,
That's
I
the
guess
thing.
I could see it. It's got something
It
in
has.
I don't
some-
know what's
It
in
has
it.
like a lot of the nutrients, whatever the mom I think absorbed, and then so you're getting that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all breast milk is equal.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Yeah.
it depends on the mother's diet.
Some of
Yeah.
it's homogenized, some of it's not pasteurized,
True.
I would imagine.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it isn't.
That's true. Some of it's bleached, some of it's unbleached.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some gluten-free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Organic.
Vegan.
Yeah. There's a lot of things out there.
Yeah.
That's a wild subject.
That is.
You know,
Oh, we're kicking this one off right. What is this, 264 or something?
it's in the 260s.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's
Yeah.
in the 260s.
Yep.
Crazy.
Reaching into
Still
the bag of
doing this.
tricks. Yep.
And Louis, you were one of our very first guests.
Oh, really?
When we were still
Yeah.
audio.
Oh, early, huh?
We were
I
still
didn't know- I
audio.
didn't know it was that early.
Yeah.
In the creepy basement.
It wasn't bad.
It was a rocker's basement.
We made it.
Yeah.
We made it all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of booze and.
I think it was just
Empty
weird
drug
knocking
bags.
on the door and wondering if I was at the right place.
Uh-huh.
Here
I think
to
I remember
talk.
that.
Hello.
Is this the right place?
Hello?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
downstairs to the basement.
Yeah, come
It's
on
over
into
there.
the basement. You just met us. Come on in.
Yeah, especially if you're responding to Craigslist. And just you go down to a basement.
God, that is
like,
kind of
knock-
iffy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this was 5 years
You
ago.
put that all together. That's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
It worked out, though, because like we always say, when you're in the wheelhouse, no getting out. And it might take 5 years, but hey, you're back.
Yeah.
There you are. Yeah, I know that's a pretty good run that you guys have had.
It hasn't been easy the whole time, but it certainly has created for a lot of fun opportunities and storylines and
Yeah.
experiences.
Meeting
Yeah.
different kinds of people because you guys jump topics and
Yeah.
different kinds of guests, lots of variety,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Probably
do.
learn a lot too.
Sometimes we get kicked off YouTube.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What's the
sometimes.
biggest thing that makes you get kicked off?
Um,
Topics or
Medical misinformation, quote unquote.
Oh.
yeah.
You can kind of imagine where that could go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are not experts in anything. This is an opinion-based program.
Correct.
Now that we just said that.
That's the disclaimer to throw off the AI algorithm.
Yes.
Now we can say whatever we want.
All right, let's talk about the bird flu.
Is that happening?
No,
not that
I think I've heard it's coming back. Actually,
Is it
Oh
back?
yeah, it's a
I
renaissance.
thought I heard that.
Huh.
Yeah, there's birds everywhere.
Wow.
So that
Are
makes
birds
sense.
real?
I think
Not from the
so.
footage I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard they might not be.
Yeah, I mean, why even create drones? Like,
Yeah.
why are drones?
Sure.
Did drones just exist to
Actually,
be a distraction?
I saw an
know?
episode somewhere that said that that said China had spy birds and not all of their birds are real.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I have heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
they were
yeah.
using it for cameras to watch their citizens, and there might be some here. I don't know.
Spy birds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me makes more sense than all birds being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can
Yeah.
sneak those into a pack of pigeons or something.
Yeah.
You know, if you're trying to do some monitoring. But I feel like there's enough of that going on as it is. Do we really need spy pigeons? I mean,
No.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels every day like more like some of these apocalyptic or like dystopian type movies
Yeah.
are becoming way
More-
too real.
Yeah.
it's concerning.
Like
It is
1984, like all that stuff from that
Yeah,
book.
it's just like I don't.
It's
Yeah,
like-
it's crazy.
Even AI, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the AI is really concerning, I think. There's a lot of good things that come out, but a lot of concerning things. Like
Yeah.
even music related, I've seen.
Yeah.
You can ask AI,
Mhm.
write a song for me.
I know. I
I
don't
know.
like it.
I don't like it either.
It really
Yeah.
drives me a little nuts. I was talking with a buddy at work, and it's like, yeah, we got to this point of like innovation with AI, but it's like that's great that we were able to do that, but does that mean that we should do that? Because it's like, so you're saying we just had this automated robot do all these jobs and take jobs away, and then they're like, now we have more homeless and we have this and that. It's just like, just because we can do it doesn't mean you should just take away the job. It's like you should still have the person. Like we have to contribute to society in some way.
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it's like
It's
it
greed.
brings up the numbers of depression and just
It does.
Like, it's just crap. I don't know. I think there's a use for it,
Maybe.
but I don't think we should use it for everything. We don't
No.
have to find a use for
I
everything.
mean,
Use it.
historically, all those new inventions haven't taken away jobs. They've also created jobs too. It's sort of the freak out that happened when Adobe Photoshop came,
Mhm.
taking all the designer jobs, where you just had designers use the tool, or when Excel spreadsheet came. We
Mhm.
still have accountants that use spreadsheets.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
true. But I mean, you're starting to see it with what they can do with actors
I
and
think-
take their faces.
I mean, there
and
is
do
some of that.
Deepfakes.
Or even art, like
and
One-
just
artists.
like art. Yeah. it's-
Yeah, I know the art thing is a
that's
little bit
part of the
weird,
thing
but
that's-
one like positive potential of it is before you only had these elite people in Hollywood that could tell stories, and they have access to studios and they have access to props and they have access to all this money. But now imagine, since anyone could make music or since anyone could make a video, now we could hopefully, I hope the positive of that is now anyone could tell their stories, because you don't hear stories of people living in an apartment and what that's like as much as you hear like middle America tell their stories. I don't know. I'm just hoping it means that people have more access to tell stories they couldn't tell before.
Through
Yeah,
AI.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
a positive aspect to it, a lot too,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
There's pros and cons, but I do worry the cons might outweigh the pros.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
feels like it.
With creative ability specifically.
Yeah, it really feels like it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've even said like spell check was one of the first AIs when you think about
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like,
Yeah.
okay. And then the argument then was, well, now people don't know how to spell and this and that.
Guilty.
Yeah, yeah.
It- look, I use it,
Yeah.
you know, for sure. But
Yeah.
where does it end, right? I guess that's
Yeah.
the thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
autocorrect is still a piece of shit. So if we don't have
It's horrible.
autocorrect
Yeah,
right, then I
yeah.
think there probably isn't a long way to go. But I'm hoping that means there's a while to go.
Yeah, I just don't like how it always autocorrects. Can we swear? We can
Yes.
swear.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Fuck.
You
You
can
know,
full
duck
send.
and fuck.
Yes.
It's like,
Duck and
you
fuck.
think I'm gonna
Yeah.
say duck this
Yeah. Or
every time?
Yeah.
for some
Really?
reason,
That doesn't make
FOR,
it-
4 was being corrected to FIR. It's like, who the fuck
Yeah,
says
FIR. A
yeah,
tree.
Fir
Isn't
tree.
it a tree?
Huh.
Yeah,
Fir,
it's a tree.
yeah, a fir tree.
Douglas fir. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it's
yeah,
terrible.
What the hell?
I just don't trust it.
Yeah.
And then you got cars driving with AI
Well, that's-
and stuff.
Yeah, that's
Concerning.
another thing.
And like
Yeah.
you got this AI in the drive-throughs which doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing, because AI does have plenty of applications to where it is beneficial, it
Mm-hmm.
is helpful, but then there's like this whole gray area because it's newer where there's no regulation and then they're trying it in areas where maybe
Yeah.
they shouldn't. Like why not just pay somebody to take my order in the drive-thru?
Yeah.
Because when Kevin and I went, I think we already told this on pod, but
Yeah.
we were trying to do an order and it was an AI like taking our order and it got confused and somebody had to jump on to just take
yeah.
the order.
So
And it wasn't even that complicated.
It wasn't.
So it's like,
Interesting.
less
does,
efficient.
does it work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really trust it. And then I feel like anything that because sometimes we'll use it to like help format with show notes.
Yeah.
And then it just throws in all
Yeah.
of these
Yeah.
words that are like it's trying too hard to sound smart.
Yeah.
Like when someone is like they're just
Yeah.
using big words, like you're trying to sound like you're smart.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like AI is trying too hard sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a weird place.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It
feels,
is.
Funny.
Can AI compose like songs, like come up with a guitar
Yeah.
riff or like
Yeah, it can.
Yeah,
I've
that's
tried some of the
the-
programs, and I'll say things like, "I want a song in this style that is about this," and it's okay. I mean, I've only tried it once, so I don't know, but I've heard it does pretty good.
Entry level from what I've noticed. It's like, okay, 120 beats a minute in the style of country, singing
Yeah.
about this, and then it will
Yeah.
come up with this like weird chorus. You can tell like the idea is there, but it's not.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just tell it's not authentic.
Yeah,
So-
but there's also this meme that came out that showed the progression of art AI, where at the beginning of the year this is the best it could do, and now this is 6 months later, and it looks so photorealistic, and it's growth in 6 months is scary.
That's what's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herman, our bassist, we had like a writing session recently, just him and I, and he has like this new, it's like a chord generator thing that you put what key you're in, and then it'll do chords based off of that. And I was definitely, I still don't really like it. So like we were writing, and I had the verses and all that type of stuff, and then we got to the chorus, and he was like, well, let me try putting in these 3 chords,
Yeah.
and then see what this thing shoots back out at us, and then giving it different tempos, or 5/4, 4/4, 6, and it was I'm still fighting it. I don't really like it. Was like an experiment and kind of like an exercise, but I still felt I just didn't want that help. I think I wanted it to come out of me rather than like be inspired by the thing. And I think whenever I write music in general, I listen to a lot of podcasts rather than, I don't listen, usually when I'm in writing mode, I don't want to like listen to a lot of music to have it like subconsciously like affect what
yeah.
I'm thinking of. I want
Yeah.
it to be like, here's this idea, and just grab it rather
Yeah.
than just like thinking about this thing. But I
Yeah.
can't control all of, I mean, I hear music all the time, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's hard to not
But
have
as much
that.
as you can.
That's why I didn't
get-
really like the
fuse
I think
everything
it was
out.
cool, and I'm not, I don't want to like discredit or discount like
But
Yeah.
it
his
takes
theory.
away your
Yeah.
your
It
creative.
just felt strange to me.
Well, I mean, I think yeah, so some people could use it as a tool in that sense, but your preference is even listening to the radio or listening to any music beforehand, you want to just
Yeah.
filter all that stuff
I just
out
wanna
so that you know
filter
it's
it out,
pure
yeah.
from you.
It's like a weird
Yeah.
like guilty conscience of like,
Yeah.
I want this to be,
more authentic.
yeah, I don't want it to like feel like it's just like programmed or robotic, or like this is what this thing said it did, so I have to follow it just like this. And then I don't want to get into that mindset of following like a structure.
Well, you
I
do
don't
the
like
same
structure.
with like learning, getting too much into music theory and learning
Mm-hmm.
too much might block your creativity. Where someone else uses that as a tool to help them write music. You don't like
Yeah.
anything influencing or
It just
setting
didn't
boundaries.
feel as
yeah.
fluid, I guess is the basis of what I'm trying to say. It just didn't feel right. But
So do you feel like when it's writing session time, do you do better like you said, you and your bassist get together and jam or whatever? Do you feel like that's when the riffs come best, or like is it just when you're chilling at home and you're like, oh wait, something just came
it's
to me?
it's late at night.
When you're pooping.
Yeah, usually pooping.
Oh yeah, that's a good time.
No, but no joke. I used to bring my guitar on my toilet.
Seriously?
Growing up.
So until your legs were numb?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I would
that's
sit
the
there for
Until your
hours.
legs are numb.
That's the
Honestly,
move.
Yeah.
I would sit there for hours, and I would just have it on my, and I'm just playing. And, my bathroom's too small to do that now, but I've definitely tried it. But, yeah, so can we edit that out? No.
No, this is where creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call it the poop score.
AI can't come up with this.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, it usually comes really late at night,
Uh-huh.
and it's almost always at night, and it's always like if I'm trying to go to bed, then things just like shoot in my head, and then it'll be like pitch black, and I'll just like pick up the guitar and kind of like start fucking around, and
Nice.
then see where it goes, and then try to voice memo it so I remember the next day,
Yeah.
and see what that idea was, and then just kind of take it from there, I guess. But it's a bit of a different process, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know how everybody does it, but
I feel like everyone has kind of their own writing style and
Yeah.
times where it comes to them.
Mhm.
Like Taylor Swift says, she's like, it's like a cloud. When you look at it, you see
Yeah.
something, and then if you wait too long, that cloud shifts and changes. So you kind of like capture it immediately.
Yeah.
A lot of folks like carry a recorder around so they can say some lyrics or
Yeah.
a little riff or something
Have
like
to.
that.
well,
Yeah.
I think like since we just talked about New Universe, or is it how do you say it? I think about there's this level that we can't see, and I think there are ideas kind of floating around,
Yeah.
and I think it's up to us to kind of
Grab it.
grab them. Not like you can physically see it, but I think they're literally there's a reason I'm getting up. There's a reason
Yeah.
something happened. Like I feel compelled to pick up my guitar. That's usually what happens. Is like there's like a strong sense. That's why I keep
you
them
gotta
all
act on it
out so
now.
I can see them and grab them and whatever. Because you just don't know. Because sometimes I literally feel like that's so fucking corny. But I feel like like a little bit of a magnetism. Like it's for some reason I'm being drawn. Like I can't just walk past it, and I have OCD, but I have to like always touch the frets. Like do a little thing before I leave for work, and then
Oh, yeah.
and same thing at night. Same thing. Always. I don't know what it is, but it's a little odd. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's like an
Interesting.
energy and a thing. I don't know.
I mean, the rituals are important,
Yeah.
and even if they're just important to you,
Yeah.
you know, it's still important.
Yeah.
But I also have like those right before sleep,
Yeah.
like what is it?
Moments of inspiration.
It's like an epiphany.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
like you just come across like the solution.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the other night
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
some of those,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it was like, okay, this is what I need to do,
Yeah.
and like some of them are just like one word things where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that word's
Yeah.
important, but then I forgot them by the time I woke up because
Yeah.
I didn't
know.
go write them. I didn't go
I know.
write them down
I
or anything.
Hate that. Yeah.
5 seconds.
So I know like while I was laying there, like I was like, oh, I had something there, but then
Yeah.
it's gone now.
Yeah.
That is
The,
a
the
weird.
cloud dissipated.
Yeah.
Cloud.
Yeah.
No,
You know?
that's why I do those voice memos. Like
Yeah.
even if it's shit,
Always,
and it's like
yeah.
if I don't do this now, because I'll literally be laying in bed with my eyes closed, just like you said with an epiphany. Because I was working on this song all 4th of July, like weekend. We had like 4 days off, and I was like just messing with it to like at no end, where it was like really bugging me, and I was trying to figure out what rhythm, what tempo, all the things. I knew there was something there. But then like something popped when I was in bed, and like it just got up, and you just like you start playing it because you're like, I have to get this out of my head, because it was like literally driving me nuts if I don't try this thing that I think is probably the solution. I feel like it's a puzzle a lot of times. You try to put the right pieces, you can't always find it. You're on the right track, but you didn't flip over the pieces, all of them, and then eventually something clicked, and then it's like, oh, there it is, got it.
Yeah.
And so I have
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
voice memos from this last weekend. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got to capture the creativity.
It's chaotic
Yeah.
at times. It's a little bit spooky up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very loud.
Especially when you're like clairvoyant
Yeah.
and not drowning it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You can't.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the AC on. I have a fan on. I have a rain channel on.
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
just like.
Just
Are
rain?
you telling us your sleep ritual right now?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it
that's
sounds really cozy.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. I have to like drown. I have to like have everything going, or it's like it's so freaking loud in here. Like,
That's kind of how I am, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's hard to shut it down
Yeah,
sometimes. The
it's-
white noise is crucial.
No, it is.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
really? So that's what that does.
That's yeah.
Huh?
You're not a fan sleeper, Louis? You don't have to have the fan on? You can go...
I mean, I'll have it on if it's hot.
If it's hot.
If it's
Yeah.
hot, okay.
But you don't need it for the noise, that
Oh, no.
white noise.
I never thought of it. So I'll sleep with I have this headphone thing. It's like a, I don't know what you call it. It's like a
a head strap?
Yeah, a head strap kind of thing. Because then you
That's
don't
very
have stuff in
funny.
your ear, and then I'll sometimes listen to like one of those meditation videos, or sometimes I'll listen to someone talking or something if I'm trying to work through stuff. Sometimes I'll use that to fall asleep too.
Interesting.
I like to imagine that the white noise that the fan produces is the sound of a plane engine.
Yeah.
And I always
Yeah.
like
Huh.
to
It's
imagine
similar.
that I am sleeping on like the most high class, comfortable,
Interesting.
like plane,
Cool.
like bed. Like I'm
Yeah.
in this bed in this on a plane in a luxurious bed,
Okay.
and I'm just like falling asleep on the plane.
Nice.
I don't know why that thought.
Interesting that's what comforts you.
Or I like to think that it's like a snow crawler in
Okay.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's so cold.
That's
it is so
interesting.
cold out that the fan is trying to blow hot air, but it's actually blowing cold air because it's so frigid in Antarctica.
Specific.
And so I'm like in this like snow crawler in like a cubby area
Yeah.
going to sleep. Like I don't know why.
Well, yeah, you like
those
to
things
feel
are like really
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, those are like really cozy for me. I
Cozy.
think it's like the cave thing, right?
It's coziness,
It goes back
yeah.
to cave because
Yeah.
like the snow crawler is not a lot of space,
Uh-huh.
and then the plane, like even if you're laying in bed in a plane, like it's not going to be like a massive area.
Yeah.
That's true.
So maybe it's like
A
I'm
coziness.
trying to like mimic the womb a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Maybe next time think about being in a womb. Maybe play a heartbeat or something.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
That's really interesting. I think for me, I usually fall asleep pretending I'm driving a race car.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Interesting.
So, I'm
Huh.
seat belted in. I got the
Yes.
cocoon around me, so the womb,
Speed sleeper.
I'm a speed sleeper.
Speed sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the race. It's the race to the REM. Yeah. Get that REM sleep.
Wait, so why are
Race
you
to the
falling
rim.
asleep while you're racing?
Well,
Like,
no,
that
because I'm
doesn't sound-
like, I'm picturing like,
Safe,
okay,
If you're not
yeah,
first, you're last.
it's probably
Yeah.
unsafe. I'm
Yeah.
falling asleep at the wheel, but I don't know.
He has AI driving the car.
Oh,
obviously.
okay. You're
Yeah.
fine. You're fine.
AI's driving. I know it's on autopilot while I rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, please tell me you do have a race car bed.
I don't have a race car.
Yeah.
a race car bed.
Bed.
Yet.
Bed.
Oh, bed?
Yeah.
Because that would be
Well,
awesome.
my
Yeah.
roommates are talking about getting me a CB radio so I can talk to other car beds.
Nice. Nice. That'd be super
That was a
fun.
movie
Hey,
quote.
man, are you sleeping yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do
Over.
a car bed. I would totally rock a car bed.
Yeah. I bet you they make adult car beds, or you
Yeah.
could just make
If
your
they-
own.
If there's AI, there's adult car beds.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You gotta be careful with
would
AI,
probably
though.
make it-
Because if you type in adult car bed, it's going to have, like, whips and shit in it.
That's true.
It's gonna apply Rule 34.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that?
Oh, okay. Well, this is an 18 and up show, so
Okay.
That box is checked.
Rule 34 is that you can sexualize anything in
true.
a drawing. So basically,
Okay.
like that mic stand and like the boom, like the boom to going into the mic would be sexualized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like an airplane, like they draw a sexy airplane.
Okay.
And
Alright.
like this airplane has like fat ass.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Nice.
So Rule 34, like if you
So it's
have
a
ever
double
seen
double.
anything, Rule 34 has sexualized it already.
Okay. Damn, never heard of it.
And that sells. I mean, we see a lot of corporations do it in their ad campaigns, and half the time we don't even
What?
realize it.
Seriously?
I think like Herbal
looking
Essences was
this
one of
up.
the first commercials I remember as a kid that was extremely sexualized.
It's like shampoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's- she's like,
Oh,
yeah, the
yeah,
girl's
yeah,
like
yeah.
having an
Oh.
orgasm in the
Okay.
shower.
Yeah.
This was like
Like,
97. This was like maybe 97.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
And then everyone just ran with it for a bit because sex sells.
Yeah.
I even think I bought Herbal Essence, and it
You're damn right we
it
did.
smelled really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It smelled really good.
Yeah.
It didn't produce the results that I was expecting.
No.
No.
You didn't fake it.
No, I didn't think it. No. It was no good on that one.
Yeah, but Rule 34, if you want to,
What's Rule 35?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But you might find some new kinks if you're
Yeah.
if you're like getting bored.
Huh.
Interesting.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
See, but AI would twist it all up, I feel like.
It could mess it up.
Have you seen some of the AI art that just doesn't make sense?
I've seen a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it tries to create an image, but there's just noticeable flaws in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's not there yet. But like you mentioned, in 6 months, seeing what
Yeah,
it's
it's
done,
close,
it's
yeah.
kind of scary to see where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I grew up a fan of the Terminator, favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
John Connors tried to warn us, don't trust
He
the
did.
AI.
Yeah, that is the weird thing. It's very that's the thing I was just talking about before the beginning of this. How the movies are like
Coming true.
I feel
Yeah.
like,
Scary.
yeah, I mean, maybe that's one of the conspiracies, but people think how is Hollywood like so dialed into that type of thing?
Or The Simpsons, like how does
Yeah,
The
yeah, they're
Simpsons
like
do it?
ahead of the
They even
like,
predicted the Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah.
The
but
Simpsons.
Yep,
did?
I
There's
just
always-
saw
Wait,
it.
what?
Shut
I just
up.
saw it was an
I
episode
don't
where
really
Bert
know
was
about this girl, but I sort of know because people are talking. I haven't watched the video.
of the Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah.
We tried to get her on here,
Oh, really?
but she's getting a lot of media requests.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure
bet.
she is.
Yeah, her name's Haley Welsh.
I actually
Okay.
don't know the story.
Of the Hawk Tuah girl.
No.
I haven't even seen the video. I just
You really
there's
haven't
like
seen it?
memes
No,
and
I
stuff
don't
that I'm like,
think so.
I feel like I can.
There's
pull-
nothing wrong with you not having seen this.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
not.
You probably will now that we're talking about it, because that's
Probably.
just how
Your
it
phone
goes.
My
is
phone
picking
is
it up.
yeah.
But yeah,
man.
The Simpsons predicted that.
Did they?
There was an episode where Bart was like, or Bart, sorry, was talking to somebody, some girl who like did like hand readings, and she did a Hawk Tuah in his hand. And was like, there you go, you have a swimming pool on your hand now. And that was like in '98.
Interesting.
That's so
So-
weird.
I don't know.
So this chick is like a college chick or something. There's a street interview and she was talking about like fellatio and how sometimes you just got to spit on that thing, like Hawk
Yeah.
Tuah.
That's what
Yeah.
went viral.
And then so
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's sexualized and
Yeah.
like, so
There you go.
That's the thing is it's
Rule
all
34.
sexualized and then,
So
and then
weird.
like
Yeah.
and then she's blowing up off of this
Yeah.
and no pun intended there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
She's a little country girl,
yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy how
overnight
how
celebrity.
that works.
Things have changed with that. We've talked about that with a couple creators that have been on. Like, you know, we're out here working hard, writing our own music, you know,
Yeah.
creating whatever you're doing, and then all it takes is a quick interview like that or an AI thing, and then people are
Yeah.
overnight celebrities.
Yeah.
This instant fame.
Yeah.
Is it sustainable?
Yeah, well, they talked about that too. What artist was it that said everyone has their 15 minutes of fame really long time ago? So I think that's just
It's just
Still
kind of
true.
evolved.
Can't remember.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling because you don't know what. I don't know. It's like you feel like you put so much time in, and then someone does something like that, and then it's hard to not feel. I don't even think envious is the right word. You feel a little bit like, man,
Bamboozled.
Yeah.
it's like weird. It's like,
But
yeah, you
that
didn't really do
happens-
anything. You just said something stupid,
Yeah.
and you,
And now you're set up for life.
yeah, it's like, what the hell is that? It's weird. It's like, what's the talent? I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, but that happens even in like little things every day. For example,
The
like as a
Kardashians.
band, you could put all this time into your posts every single day,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then the one that's going to blow up is the one you put no time into. So that
Yeah,
happens
it's true.
even in
That's true.
little.
I guess it happens in
Things.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So what Louis is saying is this is the episode that takes Discussion Combustion to the Joe Rogan level.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we've been waiting on.
Yeah.
It can happen at any moment.
Yeah.
Keep showing up.
Doing it for the right reasons. That's
Yeah,
the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these times
Showing
people
up.
just get thrown into it. You know, now she has to play. I don't know about play, but she's kind of stuck with that persona now, the Hawk
Yeah,
Tuah
that's
girl.
the
How do
thing.
you how do
Yeah.
you break away from that and create a new version? Like they're talking about doing a reality show with her and stuff. I'm talking
Really?
about what
What?
credibility does she have? Maybe she does. I don't know. I don't know the gal. I was going to ask that on the
Funny.
show, but we'll see.
I think the credibility is just being known.
Right.
That's all it is.
Because that's what's going to sell.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Hats,
That's all it is.
T-shirts,
Mhm.
follows. Ads want to sell to her because if you have her selling your product,
Yeah.
once again, Rule 34, Hawk Tuah, you can sexualize anything now.
Yeah.
Well, and that was sexually based in the first
Right.
place.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing, because I've made music in the past too, and like produced my own songs and this and that, and I'll get so sick of my own song, which has all these lyrics, all these different progressions, and it's like complicated.
Yeah.
But I get sick of that. Imagine being known for just saying Hawk Tuah,
I know.
and then people wanting you to keep saying.
Yeah.
Imagine how sick
Yeah.
of that you would
Yeah.
get.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
surface
that's
level.
true. That's true.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's getting some good publicity off of it. At least.
Yeah, and she's done a couple interviews. I mean, she seems like a pretty humble girl, small town in Tennessee, whatever. Just
Yeah.
out drinking with her friend on a
Yeah.
Friday night and got caught up on a street interview that changed her life. So
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know if we should hate her per se or just that's what we've created as
That's
consumers
just what
Yeah.
of the internet.
happens. I
That
think
is-
just like I said, you'll put the small things that somehow blow up that
Yeah.
are unintentional.
Yeah.
The song that you didn't put any time into is the song that blows up, not the song that
Mm-hmm.
you thought was your masterpiece.
Most artists say that too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
James
know.
Hetfield says he hated the song "Nothing Else Matters"
Yeah.
and he hated "Enter Sandman," two of their biggest hits to date.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
hated writing it, I hated performing it, but everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, every artist I feel like has that song that they're super passionate about that they want to be the single, and it ends up being like track 8 that no
Aw,
one listens
so
to or
sad.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Track 8 deserves the
sad.
love.
Track 8, huh?
Or like "Hang Me Out," we like wrote really, really fast,
Yeah,
and
that
that's
one
the
came
one that
together.
we feel like is our strongest.
Yeah.
Like just flows.
I still think like Joker. I love
I
playing
like Joker, too.
Like I think that one was worth all the time that we spent on it.
So
But, yeah.
who came up with heart-shaped zombie? Who
Yeah.
came
Let's
up
get
with
into
the
the
name
juice.
So
of the band?
the first two songs. Well, okay, I'll go back to that.
So,
The first two
yeah,
songs that
I
we
was
worked
gonna
on as a band when we decided to look for other band members was Heart Shaped Box and Cranberry Zombie. And so those were kind of placeholder names. And it was actually Heart Shaped Zombie Smells, because Smells Like Teen Spirit
Well,
was also
So
in
yeah.
there's a
there.
lot of touch to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we needed a name because we were gonna do the open mic.
Yeah.
At, what the hell was the name? Not Lions.
Lions Lair?
Lions Lair?
I think so.
I think it was
Lions
Lions
Den?
Lair.
Lions
Lions
Lair, I
Lair on
think.
Colfax.
Needed a name.
Yeah,
we
so
just
we just
needed a
needed a
name to go
name.
on stage. It's like,
And I
oh,
was looking at the set list. I was
Yeah.
like, heart shaped zombie.
Smells.
Yeah. Well, that's what I named the text group.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, let's make it simple. Heart shaped zombie.
Yeah.
And that's
Cool
basically
name.
it. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, thank you.
Glad to hear that.
It's kind of stuck, and because I was always like a fan of like one word band names, or maybe even just two, and like maybe like less syllables.
Mm-hmm.
But it has, I don't know, a lot of people remember it. A lot
Yeah.
of people think it's kind of
Yeah.
kitschy or like weird.
Actually, when we were
or-
finding a new bassist, we were like, we have to change the name because now we're going to be more official and we're going to start
Yeah,
recording.
yeah.
And then I think we're like, let's just keep
But I
it.
think he liked it too.
Yeah.
So that was
I think that's part of it
It
was
makes
he
you
liked it.
think. I was like, what
Yeah.
what is the meaning
Yeah.
of a zombie that is heart shaped? So I started I started thinking about the meaning of your band name.
Oh, yeah.
And
Cool.
I was all like, okay, so zombies kind of lack a brain, right?
Yeah.
But maybe they still have a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something, and
Yeah.
but they're dead. But then
Yeah.
you're also showing love.
Yeah.
They're- Like I don't even know if I should be reading into it that much, but it
I love it.
Gets people
provoked
Yeah.
me.
I
Yeah.
think anybody, just I would read into it for sure.
What I love about it too is
Please.
because in other bands we've been in, you have the typical, let's put our shirts out, let's have this
Yeah.
kind of merch, let's do this. But I love our name because we can play into
It's
a
fun to
character.
play with,
So
yeah.
like one of the things we talked about with merch coming is, hey, we can do an apocalyptic merch theme.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get some hand sanitizers, maybe some first aid kits, which will be cool, I think, to see on a table where everyone else just has shirts and posters. We could
Yeah.
have fun stuff that play with the zombie name and
Especially like Halloween
yeah.
That's what I was
themed
thinking.
shows
Yeah.
for sure. And
We were
like,
just
dress
doing
up.
photos whenever we did it last week or something, and
Yeah.
so we were playing into Resident Evil, the red dress, and then having them as zombies. And
Yeah,
I
that
bet
was
that looked
doing
good.
cool
Yeah.
movie posters.
Yeah, they came out blurry, but we'll have to do them again.
Oh no, blurry, huh?
They came
Yeah.
out blurry, yeah.
Oh, that's not
Um,
good.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was just
The
the wrong.
the posters that you printed.
no, the pictures.
Photo shoot.
It's up to
Seems
you.
like there's.
well,
No,
we're
her-
just gonna redo it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just gonna redo it.
Sometimes
I mean, we
life-
didn't
life
wanna
gives
pay-
us an
here's-
opportunity
But it
for
was
a redo.
cool.
We
'Cause it
just
was
spent
raining.
so much money on the recording. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
we don't have money to hire a
Yeah.
photographer, so I think my husband will
Yep.
come take the photos for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
It
you
was
guys
just
don't
cut
the
have
costs
to pay
where you
wrong
can.
setting, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut costs where you can. I get
Yeah.
it.
It sucks because
Yeah.
it was so eerie out that day too. It was raining a
think
couple
it could still
Saturdays ago.
work.
Which made for a good photo.
Yeah, it was great. It was like awesome.
Set the mood.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
We were in the
I think
alley.
it
with
didn't come out so bad.
graffiti,
Oh,
but-
I can
Do you
put
have
some
the image?
photos Up. Yeah.
Let's take a look.
So-
Live action.
Yeah.
I think I have one of them. Oh shit, maybe not on this phone. Maybe I don't have it on here.
What did it make you think of our name?
Well, so we shot a promo clip earlier having you guys on, and I immediately thought of Nirvana because I was trying not to say heart-shaped box.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I thought of Nirvana first.
Okay.
And it matches our style. I mean, it's the 90s grunge,
yeah.
with
Kinda
a
grunge.
female
Yeah.
vocal. Yeah.
I dig it.
And I think some people don't realize, put that together. I think they just read it as a thing or a name
I'll
altogether.
send it to you later.
It's a cool name though. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of bands out there that have predictable names like this, that, Railbenders. I'm come from the country background, so I had a band named the Ridge Runners.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like it has that kind of tear in your beer, honky tonk feel
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
But like Heart Shaped Zombie, I feel like could be a lot. It could be a trilogy of horror movies.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
a band. It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could play with it. There's a band we're playing with in August named Dead Posey.
Dead Posey.
I feel like I've heard of them.
They have a lot of listens on Spotify. I
we-
don't know if they're from another country or not because I looked at their tour and they're like freaking everywhere.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
Spain, UK, like currently.
So you guys are opening up for them?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. We're
here.
going to play with them in August, and I was telling them we could do something really cool because the names where it's just like haunted theme or dead theme or zombie themed.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it could be fun
Kinda
to have.
fits.
We have a sign of our band that we put on the stage, but it'd be cool to turn that into a tombstone and have a zombie
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
coming out of it and just.
They have a like vampire type
Oh,
aesthetic.
So that would work
So it was
really
like
cool.
if we're zombies and they're vampires already.
Yeah.
It's like this is a perfect
Yeah.
blend. It's August 12th at HQ
Good
on
memory.
Broadway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great
I don't know
memory.
what time, but
August
We don't know
standard
yet.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, that was huge. I was actually really excited because they confirmed this morning.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So it'll be
Mainly
fun.
because it'd be nice to have like that cross pollination of
we were
like
talking
wherever they're
about
from.
having
Their fans.
the
and
guys
stuff.
wear hazmat suits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Could
Hazmat
be
suits.
fun. Yeah. Could be fun.
And then like halfway through it, you could like act like one of the hazmat suits had a hole in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still got infected, and then like halfway
I
through
love
the
it.
show, people
Bite into a
people like break
capsule.
out of their
Yeah.
hazmat suits. And they're all
Yeah.
I like
zombie.
that.
That's so cool.
We
I don't
definitely
know.
have
There's a lot to play around with there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I love the name. There's so much to explore.
Yeah.
We could even have like a
Evil Dead,
Evil Dead.
Resident Evil.
Mhm.
We could have a makeup artist
28
come in
days
and
later.
put it like bruises and
Yeah.
bites and stuff.
Definitely
I
got to.
see. Like, go ahead.
I was just thinking Halloween. You got to take advantage of that
Oh,
time
yeah.
of year.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean
play all
that's what
those
he
Halloween
mentioned too, and I was
fests.
like, but we're a heart-shaped zombie. Maybe we bring Halloween. We don't have to
Oh,
wait
yeah,
for
that's true.
Halloween.
People love
I guess
Halloween
you could do
365
that.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
it's like
That's true.
It would be really cool if people were like expecting that they can come to our shows because they can experience Halloween
just
without
get
being
weird.
Halloween and
Get weird.
they're like, I love a heart-shaped zombies show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like a heart-shaped vine, like a thorny vine
Okay.
with
Yeah.
like a zombie hand in the
I like
middle
that.
of it.
Love it.
I like
Kind of
that.
something.
We should design
I don't
that.
know.
that.
I'm seeing. There's a lot that you could do there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
so you kind of came up with the name just on like.
Well, cause we needed something for
It was
open
the
mic
first
to put on the whiteboard.
the first 2 or 3
and I was,
songs
like,
that we
literally
worked on as
looking
a
at the
band,
set.
cover
Yeah.
songs,
Okay.
and then
Heart-shaped songs.
Just the way they were
Yeah.
in order. I was like.
and it worked with our sound too.
Yeah,
And
so-
one of the guys that we'd worked with to record one of to mix one of our songs recommended we change it because he said it sounded like a cover band. So that was part of it with the impetus for wanting to change it, but we ended
Yeah.
up sticking with it, and I'm glad.
Did it make you think?
No, I
cover
didn't think
band?
cover
Okay.
band. No.
Yeah, I think
'Cause
it
I-
only does because he knew we were working on those songs. But once
Yeah,
we
well,
removed
that
them from our
was-
set list,
Yeah,
You
we
wouldn't
don't play them
think of
anymore,
that.
but
Yeah, it doesn't
yeah,
sound
that
like a cover
makes
band.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's cool to have those stories about how bands got their name. You
Yeah,
know? Like
Yeah.
sure.
Godsmack's one of my favorite stories.
oh,
What's
what's
that
their
one?
story?
So Godsmack, Sully Erna, those guys, they started in the mid-'90s back in Boston, Mass. And their drummer at the time, when they were coming up with the name, had a really bad outbreak on his face of like, herpes, cold sores, whatever. And Sully looked at him, he goes, looks like God just smacked you in the face.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
when, and it stuck for them. And then from then on, that's where they were called
Oh,
Godsmack.
cool.
Back, huh?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, true story. Thanks, Sully Erna, for telling me that.
We should talk about
They're great, though. I love Sully.
how we
That
formed.
first out or what?
How we formed.
How we formed.
how
That was
we
fun.
met.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
How did the band form?
You want me- you want me- there
I
you
was
go.
taking a Lyft ride home. He was a Lyft driver.
I was
Okay.
that's
and
even better.
I was getting ready to get out. Literally, we parked at my house. I was getting ready to step out. I opened the door and I sat back in. I said,
Yeah.
"Do you play guitar by chance?" He said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "We should jam sometime."
Yeah, it was really
Okay.
weird.
I don't
That's
know
the
what
thing I was
compelled
talking
me to
about with the
ask that.
energy and the shit because you did open the door and you were leaving.
Yeah, like one foot was
Well, like
out
what made
of the
you
car.
stop? I don't know.
and get back
That's
in and
weird.
ask.
And that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, he said, I do play guitar. I said, we should jam sometime.
Yeah. And I picked
then
her
I
up
think
from karaoke.
oh, maybe
Huh.
that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think it had been 2 years before I finally texted you and said, "Hey, I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember me.
Mhm.
I asked if you played guitar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you finally want to jam
Yeah.
sometime?"
Yeah. That was really weird. And then I
Um,
think another couple years,
went by.
because in COVID.
Yeah, another couple years
I
came
say
by.
Sorry.
And then I was just so eager to get out and
The
do something
virus.
with music that I said,
Um,
let's just put out an ad for a drummer and
Yeah.
see if we can form
Yeah.
a band. So we put something on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Oh, Craigslist.
Okay.
We
Yeah, Craigslist,
met.
yeah.
We got to bring that back.
Go back to Craigslist.
We're bringing the Craigslist
Yeah.
back, baby.
There you
Back to
go.
that shit.
Big
We
hitter.
we
We'll see
yeah
how-
we put out an ad. We first person that came and auditioned, we just said that sounds
Yeah,
good.
we didn't
Let's
do-
go with this.
You didn't even audition anyone else?
No.
But yeah, you'll do.
Yeah,
The
they-
first audition though, my strings broke. Do you
Oh really?
remember?
I don't remember that.
Okay, so Garrett, our drummer, he came over and she's got like a little set at
Tiny
her
room. He's- yeah.
house, and it's not very good. No offense.
No, it's
It
not.
just
And
sounds-
he hated the drums
it's
because
bad.
my drum set is really
Um,
shitty.
Okay.
The
But-
drum set is or the room?
The what?
The room or the drum set?
The room is great.
Oh, okay.
The
The
Acoustic
drum
sound.
set is yeah.
Drum set's no
is
good.
bad. It's like Fisher Price.
And he even said, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think next time we can play with my drums, no offense. I'm like,
But
no,
it was just
offense
funny because
taken.
like we were all setting up in this like
Fisher-Price.
small room that was like probably from there to there, like very small.
Yeah.
And the drums take up like all the room, and I just have like a practice amp and like my acoustic electric
It's
at
like
the time.
tiny little.
Not even my
amp.
electric, but yeah, and so I was plugging in, setting up the chord, doing the tuning, and as soon as I went, like I broke 2 strings,
Yeah.
and then it was like, and he's like, well, maybe we could do this at my house, because
Yeah.
like we didn't even really get into anything.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
then I don't know if you remember that, but like all that setup for
I remember
really
thinking,
nothing.
I bet he thinks we're weird
Just
and this is lame.
amateurs
He
and
was
just
just
fucking-
because he was so kind of non-responsive.
Yeah.
I feel like if I remember
Well, we were
correctly.
all genuinely getting back into music at the same
out of
time.
practice, and we hadn't
Yeah.
played in like 10 years as just individual musicians
Yeah, I
and
was
artists. So
I was just doing like open mics by myself and not singing, just playing.
jamming.
Going up there
Yeah,
and
just
playing.
I just want, because I was in a band in Chicago too for a while there, so that's like most of my experience there before I moved here. And then once I moved here, I was just doing open mics and really didn't find people to actually want to commit or play. So that kind of like brought down the drive a little bit to be like, because I'm in a band, I play way more now than like when I wasn't and just playing by myself, because I have a motivation to like write, and it's like a drive, and it's like different obviously because we all have jobs and work
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like when I was in college, I was playing like
the
several
time.
hours a day.
Yeah.
I felt like such a different player at that time because
Yeah.
nothing was really outside affecting besides
I
like
know.
you just focus on. I didn't give a shit about my studies, but yeah, it was just like one of those things. That's just what you did, and now it's different. But now
Yeah.
I have that motivation to like write songs, and that's
it's nice.
the
It's
difference.
been nice
I
playing
think.
out
Yeah,
too, and
it's been
writing,
awesome.
and yeah, fun with the band.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've eventually found our groove and stuff. Cause like even Garrett, he didn't play for like 15 years before posting that ad on Craigslist. So he was like, it was
Yeah.
a long
Get
time.
a lot of dust on his
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
rust
I
off.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
still played very well, but I can tell. I think there's a difference in all of us
Yeah.
from
I think we're all
2.5 years ago to now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be talented and like kind of lose, like you have to hone into your talent. Like you could be naturally talented, but unless you're working on it,
That's the thing.
like it's just
Yeah.
not going to be as good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then at the same point, when we're talking about how sometimes like the most simple thing is
Yeah.
like the one that blows
Yep.
you up,
Yeah.
it's because like sometimes we can overcomplicate it too.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, you're in your
Yeah.
head, and
I think about the complication of things.
yeah.
Because we have that discussion, or Herman and I do, at times about in terms of like maybe a format that I stick to sometimes, and try to get out of that flow, like that newer song that we were trying to do, and there's like 4 different parts after the original
Yeah.
verses and chorus, and it almost sounds like a different song after that, which I think is cool. And it's cool to break out of that thing, but sometimes I think about maybe we are taking it to this crazy level
Yeah.
that maybe we don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel weird when it's like too simple as well. And
Like
I'm
you
like,
can't-
I gotta
it
add a
can't be
thing
this
here. I
simple
gotta do a
sort of
thing
thing,
here.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be this stop. There's gonna be like this riff. There has
Or
to be
you
this.
question if it's going to be boring or interesting.
Yeah,
to
because I
listen
also
to.
want to have fun playing it too.
Yeah.
So I like
Yeah.
to move a lot, but it's like, but maybe it's okay to just.
Well, I do
like,
that too with
shoulder.
melody and lyrics, where I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I might be matching the guitar too much, and so
And I always
people
tell you, no, it's fine.
might not like it, and then yeah, you just second guess yourself if it's
Well, because sometimes
Yeah.
if it's so simple, like what you said, it's like it can't work if it's this easy.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like the most simplest thing
Yeah.
is
3
generally
chords.
the right answer.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's the
like-
first.
Bill Withers, like his song
Love
just
Bill
repeats
Withers.
the same. Ain't no sunshine.
Yeah.
Like he just repeats that phrase a lot, and it's a
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Withers is good. Yeah.
That's true.
You know, Tom Petty, 3 chords. AC/DC, 3 chords.
Yeah.
I mean, AC/DC is like a perfect example
3
of that
chord
for
king.
sure.
Angus
Yeah.
hopping around to the
Mhm.
tempo, and
Mhm.
you got 40 years of rock and roll.
Yeah.
And like 20
It's
of those
true.
songs all have the same progression, just different tempo.
Pretty
rhythm,
much.
Everything.
You can
melody.
hear it.
Yeah.
Like that's an
No, you can hear
AC/DC
it.
song.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
can just tell.
That's the other thing too, is like creating that sound and having almost like by accident or creating your own sound. Like you always know. Like if you hear Jimi Hendrix play, you know that's Jimi Hendrix play. Like And then fast forwarding to today, like Gary Clark Jr., I feel like that's
Love him.
like you just know when he's playing,
Yeah.
or you hear Jack White, and you're like, yeah, that's Jack White, because he's doing all those crazy high pitch notes and crazy weird stuff, and like you just know, and it's like, but he also plays really simple, I think sometimes too.
Mhm.
So, I mean, some of his most used and easiest song or whatever is like Seven Nation Army or whatever, and that's like
Don't.
everybody
don't-
uses
don't.
it. Every
Yeah.
college around, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Simple.
it's just it's so easy and just repeats this whole, and it's catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows it. It gets stuck
Yeah.
in their head.
Yeah.
People are dancing to
You're
it.
like, why do I freaking know this?
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
around for like
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
years almost.
Yep.
It's crazy.
People put it as their ringtone. They love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They soak it up.
But that's
Yeah.
a good point too. I mean, things that get stuck in your head are probably the most simple
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
riffs.
No.
Yeah, and those catchy choruses. I mean, I wrote a song with the Ridge Runners called "Phone to Ring," which you remember. That's the one that got stuck. It was like probably one of the worst songs that we wrote, like from a
Oh,
outsider standpoint or from our standpoint as a band. Like, this is so
Yeah.
dumb, but people loved the chorus. It just had like that
Weird.
catchiness to it.
Yeah.
And that's usually what sticks. You know, Tom
That's
Petty
fun.
made a career doing that for sure.
That's
Always,
weird.
and again, you can always tell a Tom Petty song, like, oh, that's Petty.
Mhm.
Not even necessarily by the the Heartbreakers, just the way he sings and the way
Yeah.
the chorus transitions and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, guitar players right now for me that stand out is Billy Strings. You guys familiar with him?
Yeah. Familiar.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Young, he's
Yeah,
like late
speed.
20s,
Mhm.
just ripping, kind of bluegrass
Hmm.
style.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's-
yeah.
He's really, really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I think it's Tim Henson. You know him from Polyphia or I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
He's freaking insanely fast and insanely like effortless.
Rodrigo and Gabriela.
Yeah, Yvette Young from Covet, if you've heard of her. She kind of plays the guitar like a piano.
Okay.
It's very,
Oh, that's cool.
very strange, very weird. She's also
That's
like a violinist, so she
Larkin
has-
Poe. She has her guitar.
Larkin Poe's great.
on her,
Love
yeah.
them.
They're
yeah.
amazing.
Man, I
Yeah.
want to see them when they're in town.
The first song I ever heard by them was the Phil Collins cover.
Their covers are awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, what Phil Collins song that was.
I wonder
I
which
can
one. They
feel
do
it.
a lot of covers, so they're
Yeah.
really rad.
They're good.
Have you seen them? She plays her guitar like a piano.
You've probably seen it. It's,
Well,
it's
she
like a
has
slide
slide.
guitar.
It's a slide
It's a
guitar.
slide guitar,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and
So
they're
good.
attractive females. That helps,
Yeah.
with the views and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
they just won their Grammy this year.
did they?
What?
Yeah,
Good
may-
for them.
might have been a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You were there.
I was there. I
You
saw
were
them.
there.
I
You were at
saw
the
them
Grammys?
collect- yeah, I
That's
saw them
pretty cool.
collect it. Yeah.
She votes?
I don't vote.
Well,
I don't
you
have
don't
voting
vote.
power.
Yeah.
I
Not
have.
yet.
Yeah, not
That's
yet.
right. You're one of them higher up ranking officials in the music world, aren't you?
I'm not. I got lucky, I think. Yeah, maybe next year I can vote, but I can't this year.
That's pretty cool, though.
I never say his name right, and I probably should know it. Tosin Abasai from Animals as Leaders.
I don't know.
Do you know him?
I don't know that one.
Dude, he plays like an 8-string guitar, and it's like there's barely a body on it, so he can go like so far up the neck. And he also does this like independence thing with his thumb, where he's doing this other thing that's different from what he's doing here. I don't know how he does it.
Sounds good, though, huh?
You have to be in a serious mood to listen to them, though.
What kind of style would you say he is?
It's like, well, it's a blend of like math rock and metal, but like really heavy metal.
Oh, it's
Like,
heavy.
Math, rock, and metal.
It's fucking. Well, I only
Because
say
it's-
it just
it's- 'cause
because
it's complex,
It's
like what he's
very
doing.
complex. It's very. It almost feels like there's movements to the song where they almost don't ever come back, but they do eventually to like the motif of the song. But I can't even explain the time changes. Like
It's kind of how Billy Strings is, just on the acoustic side.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You have to watch him play, and Matt Garska, I think the drummer, is like he's incredible.
Yeah.
Like his drumming videos are. I'm not a drummer, but I can watch him and just be like, this is insane. I don't know what you're doing, but it's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that thought, but
I don't know.
Just appreciating musicians.
yeah, I wish I knew how to pronounce his name. I would say look him up for sure because he's fucking awesome.
It'll come to you probably right when we wrap filming.
I just say
Yeah.
Right as you're falling asleep.
Tosin. It's
Yeah.
like yeah, it will. Tosin. It sounds like Tosin.
Tosin.
And then Abasai. Abasai?
All right. So
I
if I
don't
type
know.
that in, it will come up.
I don't know.
We'll give it a look.
I feel like I talked too long about that.
No, there's a lot of inspirational musicians out there. Tommy
Yeah.
Emmanuel's another one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with him.
Yeah.
The stuff he can do with guitar is unreal.
Never heard him.
Yeah, I think he's from like Australia or something.
Okay.
Or yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
Australia. He's from
something,
somewhere.
yeah.
Maybe New Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something with an accent.
He's from one of those countries that have wallabies in it or something.
He's
Oh,
been here
yeah.
a
Isn't
few
that just
times.
Australia?
I think he's Australian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think only wallabies live in Australia.
He plays at Love It sometimes.
Does he?
Free concerts, yeah.
What's
Tommy
his name?
Emmanuel?
Yeah.
I need to go to that next
Yeah.
time. I mean, just the videos I've seen, he's incredible, and he plays with all the like Billy Strings and all these up and coming
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty cool style. Molly Tuttle's another one that comes to mind that's coming up. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm in that weird, because I'm a country music fan, but I don't like the mainstream stuff. It's all bubblegum pop to
That's
me.
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
That's what I've kind of. I don't know much about country, but that's what I've noticed.
I just
from
don't
what
like
I
it as
hear.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels.
It's not really country. It's
Yeah.
pop music. It's
Yeah.
overly produced.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, overly produces the next thing
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yep.
It's hard to listen to.
It's just
very-
not my jam for
Yeah.
sure. I like the old school stuff. You know, a guy with a banjo and a six string on his porch. You know,
Yeah.
some real hillbilly shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels more genuine.
Yeah.
I think it feels more like emotionally.
Right.
like
Emotional,
you can,
yeah.
You can
Yeah.
feel it more than whatever's happening now.
Yeah,
but-
Nashville's kind of turned into LA almost a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what
It
people say.
has, yeah.
Have either of you ever been to
Yeah.
Nashville?
Through it.
Okay.
I never
Yeah,
stopped.
I go a
but
couple
yeah.
times, and whenever I go there, all the publishers, they'll say, Nashville isn't, it's not just country anymore. They're trying really hard to convince me otherwise. But if you go to all the bars and stuff, it's still got country. But you're right, it's all pop. I mean, because there's songwriters trying to get work. They're trying to
Right.
get signed. All the publishers are out there. So, but it still has that twang if you go outside of Nashville a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those hole-in-the-wall bars is some of the best country music I've ever seen. And I don't even know who the band is. Like, never
Yeah.
heard of them. You know, just
Yeah.
up-and-comers. Some of the best music on the streets of Nashville.
Yeah.
Or Texas, for that matter.
Well, I mean, and they care too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they're out there because when you're in your 20s, like, and you're young and you're like trying to get after it, like you have all the energy, you didn't get beat up too much yet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
or discouraged. So there's like that different energy.
Yeah.
When you're younger making music. Like, I still want to make music, but it's just not the same, like, you know, as it was when I was a kid. Like, I had to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of shifted a
Yeah.
little bit. So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting seeing those young hungry people. Like, they're gonna get out there and really do a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
they
mean-
feel like they're. What if there's that opportunity? Like,
Yep.
especially being in Nashville, like there might just be that opportunity that just
Yeah.
helps you get bigger.
Well, and they understand the value of content, and they're raised in that, so you know
True.
they probably think it's more possible, and maybe it is more possible for them because TikTok discoverability and stuff that we didn't really get, you know, brought up in.
I think there's like that innocence of like also thinking more content you put out or whatever, just doing
Yeah,
whatever.
just keep. I mean, you said just show up. Showing up is
You don't know what
key.
you don't know, and you don't like like you said, not being beat up by the world, I guess, yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And so that's kind of a good thing. It's like,
yeah.
yeah,
But I love the sound. I love what y'all are doing right now.
sweet.
Kevin was playing one of the songs earlier,
Oh, cool.
and I hadn't heard it yet, and I thought that it was like a professional, like
Oh, cool.
commercial type of, like it sounded like it belonged on like TV or like
Okay.
Oh,
on,
cool.
on the radio or something. Like
It's
it
one that
really,
was on your Instagram.
Yeah, it really
Oh, cool.
fit in. I was like, oh, this sounds really
Queens,
good.
I bet.
Probably Queens. Yeah,
Mhm.
probably Queens.
Queens, the one that our drummer wants to remove.
It's probably our most. Cut that.
Queens, yeah. Was that
Probably,
Cut
yeah, it's probably our most upbeat song.
It's fun. I like it. I think,
yeah.
and the sound engineer did a really awesome job.
Yeah, it's
mixing-
fun to
mixing
play
that.
too.
It's great.
I think I write almost exclusively in minor keys because I just think they're more interesting, and
minor keys.
it suits your voice well, and I think I like the tone of it. It sets a cool ambience, I guess, too. So it's like, but Queens is the only one that's kind of like, what's going on here? You guys seem happy all of a sudden.
Is that true? I wonder.
Well, it's
I have to
because the
listen to our
tempo.
set
So
list.
like,
Yeah.
out of the other, well, I mean, Swallow's kind of
Yeah.
that one's straightforward, and
Where to Begin sounds happy.
yeah, I guess so, a little bit.
Maybe. Sorry.
How many tracks do you guys have on the record, or is the record out?
It'll be coming out August 2nd.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
that's
really?
coming
Yeah,
up.
I didn't
August
know
2nd.
that.
And then,
You heard it here first.
I didn't. Wow.
yeah. We found out this morning. We were working with the publicist who
Oh,
was
see,
going to help.
timing
Oh,
is everything.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I know.
sweet.
And then you guys reached out to us. Now we
Wow.
have a date.
Maybe I should take a Lyft home. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask them
You
if
need a
they're-
drummer?
Yeah. Oh.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. So we have 4. It's
Four.
a 4-track EP.
EP.
Okay.
Yep. And then Hang Me Out, which is on our YouTube channel. That's going to be the lead single
Okay.
on it. And then yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about
Well,
it.
that's exciting.
That's big
I
news.
think.
Yeah. We'll have a CD release party. I'm still figuring out the details of that.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. There's so many people I know that don't that want to come to our shows, but they can't stay out late. So I was thinking of going to a place where we are not having to play at 11 or 10, and doing a day venue.
Chuck E. Cheese or something like that.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
The senior center.
Yeah.
You're like up there. You're like, fuck these animatronics.
Yeah.
Taking them off the stage and
Happy
shit.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Fuck AI.
Yeah.
Kicking the animatronics.
Exactly. That's what the name of our CD release party.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay.
animatronics.
Yeah.
Rule 34 on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad. That's
Yeah.
funny though. Well, that's super exciting. Album
Yeah.
release happening. You got
Yeah.
a show coming up in August as
Yeah.
well.
Well, we have a show July 25th, a show July 27th, and
Okay.
then August.
12th. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Send
Yeah.
us those dates and
Yeah.
venue locations and whatnot. We'll include them in the
Yeah.
show notes so
Oh,
people
cool.
that catch
Yeah.
this in the next day, 2, whatever week, they can get there.
Yeah.
Definitely excited.
Yeah. We should just for the listeners, maybe we can talk through the sound a little bit too. I mean, we mentioned a little bit of 90s grunge with female
Yeah.
vocals,
Yeah. I think.
but your coworker mentioned Tool with
Yeah,
female
Tool
vocals.
with like
Alice
a
in
female.
Chains.
Alice in Chains.
They're all some of my favorite bands.
Deftones kind of. I think there's definitely some prog rock, which is
Yeah.
obviously like Tool and stuff like
The
that. But
publicist mentioned Alanis Morissette if she
makes-
went rock.
If she went heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like
Alanis
that.
Morissette.
Yeah.
I think, it's definitely inspired by the 90s, but I think with like a little bit of a modern twist, especially like vocally, because I
Yeah.
think, I don't know, your vocals and lyrics are very well defined, and I think they all have like a really good purpose to every song, I think. I don't know how she finds some of the melodies that you do. I think it's because, I come up with the stuff and then I bring it and I show, and then it's like, so I'm not writing around the melody. She's writing around the arrangement kind of thing. So it's a little bit of a different. I mean, I think a lot of people do that, or
Yeah.
a version of that. But I think definitely inspired by Tool, Alice in Chains,
Deftones.
Nirvana, Deftones.
Fiona Apple, I guess. If you want to
yeah.
go vocal.
Um,
Anyway,
I
yeah.
learned a lot of strong like song structure and stuff from that kind of era, and like sounds, and like what like my band in Chicago was like much different, I think, than this.
Oh, really?
I enjoyed playing that, but I always kind of wanted to play more like this. It's almost like
That's
if you
cool.
it's like if you had a it's almost like if you had a truck that wasn't 4x4, or like a Jeep that wasn't 4x4, and you're like, what's the point of this thing? So it's like I have
like
a
the
guitar and what?
I like the
I know
analogy
you-
so far.
Yeah, and it's like, so what's the point of this thing? It's like, so if I got this amp and I got this distortion, like I want to use it, and it's just fun because it's you have that energy, and you're like fucking like hitting the thing, and
Yeah.
like it's just fun.
Yeah.
And
Huh.
it wasn't.
What kind of music was your Chicago band?
I feel like it was kind of. I feel like it was like pop rock.
Oh,
It was
interesting.
catchy and it was fun, and
Yeah.
I played bass in that band, so it was a little bit different. So this is way different because now I'm like, I think there's like more responsibility
Yeah.
in terms of like, because I'm writing the songs. In that
Yeah.
one, it was like the singer and the guitarist, and I would write my lines around that. And so now this is like,
Singer and guitarist, but you're
yeah,
a
I think
guitarist.
doing it like this is
Yeah.
like, I guess gave me confidence, or I guess like I've been writing songs for a long time, but I
Yeah.
didn't really.
Do
I guess I would. I didn't even really show them to my bandmates back home because I was just like, I like what we're doing. I'm grateful to be in this band. This is fun. Like we got to play amazing shows in Chicago, like crazy venues that I never thought. Venues that like Metallica has played and like stuff like
That's
that.
pretty
Like I
cool.
literally kissed the stage because I'm like I was standing here and they were here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
weird shit like that where you're like I can't believe this shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like grateful from that aspect, but I never felt like super.
Like you could
Creatively fulfilled.
go off road.
Yeah,
go off road.
exactly. You get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. So
Couldn't
it's like,
put it in 4 low. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was like one of those things. It was like
Awesome.
I didn't. I had fun, but it's different because it's
Yeah.
just like we grew up in that era. So like we're kind of trying to bring the spirit of it back. I think in a
I
way.
like it.
Yeah.
Spirit of the grunge.
Grunge has a place.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
but like a little bit of a twist on it, I think.
Yeah.
And
The nice thing is that it's trending now anyway, so it's not like we're out.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not old fogies trying
Yeah.
to.
But I also don't have a
fair.
problem like if it sounds right, I think we could explore it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't want to just put into a box, but I like the path that we're on right now
Yeah.
for sure. Like I'm very proud of the EP coming out for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited because
excited.
like you can see the evolution, I think, of our sound.
Yeah.
From like when we first started to now
Yeah.
to what it is now, and like yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of possibilities now.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun, and it's really cool too because, you know, before we were hoping we can get a show, but now we're getting emailed for shows, which is
Yeah, that's
nice.
really interesting when like a venue like reaches out. Like,
Yeah.
that's flattering, I
Oh,
guess,
yeah.
or like
That's a
nice.
compliment.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
compliment.
it's
You don't
really
have to sell
cool.
yourself. They
We
want
must
you
have
to play.
did good,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and like I guess that's a really good indication. Like, it's such a different thing when we're the ones reaching out
Yeah.
and like organizing it.
Yeah,
rather than
it's
someone-
stressful though. Like trying to
Yeah.
make sure you bring the crowd in. It's a lot of
That's
stress.
the other part of it.
It is.
Yeah.
That
Working the
sucks.
live end of it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you feel social media is a good tool for that?
No.
No.
I feel like it hasn't done much, but I think
Yeah.
we just aren't putting the time and energy towards
Sure.
it that we probably should.
Mm-hmm.
But even, you know, I haven't been very good about reaching out to my friends and family and telling them about shows. So we could do better in a lot of
Marketing
ways.
yourselves.
Yeah, I think some of my
Yeah.
friends don't like realize where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Like some of my really good friends, but like my friends at work, like they're all about it. Like
Yeah. That's cool.
they've come to like
Multiple shows,
Multiple
which is,
shows.
I think, really complimentary that they're
Yeah.
willing to leave.
Yeah.
People struggle to
it's
leave their
hard.
house.
Yeah, that
you
was
know?
just gonna say
Good
that's
point.
the thing.
Yeah. And
But-
so if
but,
they come to
yeah.
multiple shows, that's a cool thing. And the other really cool thing that I've loved about when we play out is every time we talk to somebody, they point out a different song of ours that they really like.
Yeah,
so it
that's the
hasn't been the
cool
same
thing.
song. Because I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of bands, there's one song that's everyone's favorite, and I feel like everyone picks a different song that they like.
Well,
which
it's
is
crazy.
cool.
You
That
could
is
tell, like, I don't know how to say it, but like, there was a guy who came to our last show. We played a show with him back in November, and he came
Oh,
out
yeah.
just to see us.
Yeah.
And I was
yeah.
like, what the hell?
That's
like
so
that's
cool.
crazy.
That's so
that he
cool.
made the downtown, which is not fun.
Yeah.
Because it was a Rockies game. It was something was going on at Mile High.
It was on
Like,
Market,
it
which
was
is like
just
the dead
crazy. It was just
center of
like there's no
downtown.
parking. There's nothing. It's like
Yeah.
all this hassle for this
Really
this kid
cool.
to go down there, and it's like,
Yeah.
and his favorite song is like the more like musicianship. Like it has the most
Like
odd
progression.
times.
Oh, which one? Joker?
Joker. Like he's
Oh,
like I
I
fucking
love
love that.
Joker.
He's like I would blast that in my truck. Like if is that he's like he asked us if it's out anywhere. I was
Yeah.
like it's not out yet, but it will be.
Yeah.
And I was like that's awesome. And then other people who might not have that ear for like musicianship. I said that word again, but they like the more like the simplistic songs. Like Queens is always kind of
Yeah.
like we get a good reaction from Queens.
Yeah.
I think Dreams is always kind of a standard across the board
It's a good
in terms of reaction.
stage. I feel like we get good stage reaction, but I don't know if it's the same audio.
Yeah.
The
Sometimes
live performance
Joker is like,
different.
I love playing that song, but it's only, I feel like it's very specific to
Yeah. That's very
if you're
Alice in
listening.
Chains, right?
Yeah, it's very Alice in
I'd say.
Chains and Tool
Yeah.
blended because it's just like 5/4, 4/4, 7/4, 5. It's like all over the place. It's got a lot of weird times.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to jam it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
'Cause I love Alice in
I'll
Chains.
send you a link
Yeah.
to our unreleased EP. You can get
Oh,
a
we get
secret
the-
preview.
We get the early access.
Yeah.
And I just want to make clear, I'm not saying we play like Alice in Chains. We're definitely not as good as
No,
Alice in Chains.
and
I'm
that's
just
not what I
saying
meant. Yeah.
Influence.
there is an influence. There's a like
Yeah.
almost like paying homage. What's the word?
Paying homage.
Playing. Yeah.
Playing homage in this case.
Yeah, it's definitely yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah, you see.
Nice. Yeah.
Punning.
We'll fix it in the edits, but so yeah, that's kind of what I feel. I don't like to
It's
say
fun.
like, yeah, we sound like them or whatever, but I'm like, I didn't even pick it up when I was writing it that it was like Alice in
Yeah,
Chains.
it's- we
And
just
then
hear it
Garrett was
from
like,
people
oh,
and
this
then-
is this, and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you're right. That's the thing
Yeah.
about things
It's
kind of
cool.
get into your brain.
That's the
you're
other
like,
thing is because we were playing inside of Garrett's garage for so long, and so
Mhm.
now we've been playing shows. So it's our first time hearing feedback and how people are receiving
Exactly.
things and how it's received.
The
So
market
it's
research.
interesting to
Yeah, it's
hear
interesting.
like, oh, that's what it sounds like, or that's how this
Mhm.
comes across. So that's been fun. Our stage presence is getting better, I feel like. And so it's been cool to play out more and just get better at some of those things. We had a guy at the last show who was taking video. He's a rapper,
Oh,
and
yeah,
he
the
wants to do a
rapper.
collaboration. So that's something that we also have coming out.
Well, that's
soon,
cool.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, he
Nice.
wants us to like record with him and stuff. And
Yeah.
again, that's the other thing of cross-pollinating like different audiences, because
Yeah.
if they come out to see him and then we play on that, or vice versa, then you get
cool.
2 different people.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a cool experience to try a different genre
Yeah.
that we don't play or
Yeah.
really have anything to do with, but it's like he thought our music would fit on a track and he would rap over it. So,
Yeah. We'll see how
Yeah.
it goes.
That
yeah,
could be
so
fun.
it's gonna be interesting. We're still talking about logistics of
We
it.
have to learn
but-
the song and all that stuff still.
Well, there
Yeah.
might be like arrangement issues because the recordings he sent it sounded like they were underwater, so it's actually really hard to tell what he's playing. He's just like, it's in B minor.
Well, the guitarist reached
like,
out
okay.
to us yesterday
Oh, he
and
did?
asked
I
if we
missed
would
that.
be interested in just hearing it in person.
Cool.
Well, that's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah.
That would help.
But yeah.
Exciting.
But it's a
It
good
is exciting.
exercise, I think, too,
Yeah.
to like try something.
Yeah. There's another band
Totally
we play with
different.
called Paranoid Image. They're really awesome. And they talked about doing a set where they jump on the drums and we just have all the drummers on stage just
Oh,
going
wow.
wild on one
Next
of
show.
our songs.
That's
yeah.
our next show.
Oh, yeah, our
They're-
next
they're
show.
gonna do that. He's got like a
That'll be
7-piece
fun.
bongo set, merengue
Yeah.
set, like, and so he's gonna do that.
Yeah, they're more hand drums.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun, though.
Yeah.
Draws some energy.
Yeah, I
and
think it'll be
that's
cool.
Heavy toms and stuff, so it really fits having more. And then
Yeah.
you'll be on a tom too, right?
Yep, I'm gonna bring my floor tom.
You're gonna bring the Fisher Price drum set.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I am.
Definitely.
My drummer actually gave us
Sponsored
his old head so that I could fix mine. I
Oh,
think it's
excellent.
just the heads need replaced.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Little TLC.
yeah, it's just one of those standard kits. We just bought the full kit and I just kept it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I'm excited because it's weird. I won't be here for that rehearsal, so it makes me a little anxious. But they're gonna practice to what, like our
The stem.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be fine. But
We'll see.
my first time
Right.
playing will be at the show. So
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You're gonna crash that boy in.
Yeah. But I think it'll be fine.
It's for
Because
fun.
they've seen us play the last 3 shows.
Yeah,
2
I
shows.
think it'll be fine.
So he's pretty familiar with that song. So
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
not-
a 30-minute set. It's really short, so it's just
Yeah.
a for fun show.
Yeah.
At Mercury Cafe.
Mercury
27.
Ballroom.
Mercury
Well,
Ballroom.
at the Mercury Cafe. But
Yeah, we're gonna need a list of like
Okay.
all the
We get 'em in
spots,
there.
spots, days, and times, and that way we could share all that. But mentioning about sharing and social media, where would you like to direct everybody? Where can people check you out online?
At Heart Shaped Zombie. That's our handle for everywhere. We have a TikTok as well.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we do. I see.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're learning as much as we are.
Yeah,
this
because I
episode.
don't have Instagram. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have TikTok. I don't have like those things. So sometimes
He likes to come up with
for the
ideas.
best.
I like
without
to come up
doing
with
all the
ideas and
work.
say them.
He's like, we should do this, and you should do this.
Yeah, that's basically what I say.
Creative director.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked at the
They're
bowling
great.
alley,
They're
right?
great ideas. It'd be nice
You say that
if you
again?
did it.
Say that and then turn it up.
It's on the mic.
Yeah.
Can't take it away now.
You want me? You should do it.
Okay. Okay. Whoops. What was I saying? Yeah, I didn't even know we had a TikTok. That's cool.
We're learning a lot of
TikTok's
things.
not bad.
Yeah.
Like they always cap
Scares
my
me.
videos at like 230.
Do they?
Yeah,
What
so
is
they,
it?
they like cap it right at 230.
We
I've only
haven't-
hit like 700.
Yeah,
a
we
couple
weren't
times.
getting very many responses,
Like
but I just
views? Or
posted.
what
Yeah,
do you mean?
like
Yeah,
views.
views.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's supposed
Why
to be
did they do
viral.
that?
But the video I posted today got 2,100 or something. It's the
Oh, nice.
we did the
Wow.
Family
That's a good one.
Matters '90s sitcom
Oh, yeah.
where
We
we're
saw that.
introducing
We
the
saw
band.
that.
You
With
saw
the
it?
bowling,
Yeah,
right?
that one got 2,000
Yeah.
hits on
Wasn't that Full House?
TikTok.
Yeah, yeah,
Was
yeah.
it Full House?
Yeah.
I can remember.
Oh,
Family Matters.
That was definitely Full
It's the
House.
Okay,
same
Full
guy.
House.
Whatever happened to you?
Is it the same guy?
Milkman. Yeah.
Oh.
That actually was kind of a fun video. We watched it in its entirety.
Oh, awesome.
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
the
got
same.
2,000
Yeah.
views on TikTok.
Because
There
it's
you
the
go.
same producers.
Maybe that's what you're
Uh,
missing. Try
yeah.
that. Use that sound clip and see
Yeah.
how your views are.
Get some Bob Saget going.
So I heard that using hashtags actually is not good.
I
That's
heard that
what I've
recently as well.
heard.
And,
too,
and that's
yeah.
because when you use a hashtag, so no hashtags. Let me explain this. No hashtags
Yeah.
first. It's gonna like go into this new algorithm. But when you
Yes.
put a hashtag in it, then 50% of the algorithm like goes toward those hashtags and only people who are searching those hashtags.
Yeah.
So technically, you're removing like this whole
Oh, weird.
basis
Potential audience.
because you're relying on people to be searching those
Yeah.
hashtags. So it doesn't leave the total search open to like anyone to receive it. It
Yeah.
takes 50% of that. So
Yeah,
I was looking. At, I
that's-
was like looking at some stuff. on
I've read that, and the other thing I've
But
read
do
is
you
that
use
they're
them or not?
moving more towards authentic like captions, and that's what they're using to decide who to feed your content to. And so they want you to just put longer tail information about, hey, here's my band and here's what we're doing and hope you guys are having a great day, whatever you want to say. They're relying more on that in your copywriting versus the hashtags.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing that as more authentic of who you're trying to reach.
I mean, we've been doing this 5.5 years. There's no figuring it out.
It changes
it
all
always
the time.
changes. There's no figuring
Well,
it
that's
out.
the same with, the SEO, Google search. They change it every 2 weeks so that you can't keep up with it.
Correct.
Yeah.
YouTube's notorious for that. We love YouTube. Thank you for continuing to make it tough for us.
Nice.
But I mean, I think it's a good way to keep you authentic so that you're not just keyword stuffing or doing all the black hat tricks.
Exactly.
Just,
Or getting stuck in a box.
If you're always authentic, then you don't have to worry about keeping up with the algorithms.
That's true.
That's probably the purest point I've heard all day. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Instead of copy and pasting, 'cause that's basically what it is. That's what folks are trying to do. What's trending? Let me put that in there and hope it takes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So super excited for everything coming up.
Good stuff.
Yeah, when I see all those dates and times, maybe I'll end up at one of your
I
shows.
was thinking,
That'd
we
be
come
cool.
down
That'd be
for a
fun.
visit.
That'd
That'd be
Awesome
awesome.
show.
We'll,
That'd
I
be
was
cool.
gonna say we'll give you our drink tickets, but you guys also don't care
We
about
don't
our
drink.
drink
Oh,
At
we
least I
tickets.
will
don't.
be. Yeah, we will be first time selling merch.
Our merch, yeah, we have merch for the first
finally
time.
have shirts. I should have brought one.
Oh,
Stupid.
dang, we should have wore it.
I have it in the car, actually. Frick. What was I saying? See, this is what I'm talking about. It's bad at marketing, we got a shirt. Should have brought it.
I know, it's like that with, so instead of business cards, we use stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
And-
stickers.
And I think we need more stickers.
We do need more stickers. I got to order more.
We need more stickers. You got stickers in your pocket?
Are those-
Usually.
they're in the
Behind
car?
your ear.
And
What's
then
this?
whenever you offer, if you run into a stranger, and then I like to do this, it's like a reward.
Yeah.
When people are courteous and nice.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you know what? That was so courteous that you just held that door for me, or I really appreciate your comment. I'm like, you've earned a sticker.
Nice.
You've earned a sticker.
And then everyone always gets super excited. They're
Nice.
like, I get a sticker.
That's awesome.
And you're like, yes, and it's a podcast sticker. And they're
Nice.
like,
That's awesome.
even better.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
good
so cool.
branding. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
the stickers
Well,
are
and
good.
if we get like the little heart shape ones,
Yeah,
then
little hearts.
it's
Yeah.
kindness,
Well,
zombie kindness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's catchy. People
Yeah.
put it on their Nalgene or their,
Stanley
what's Stanley?
Cup.
I guess
Yeah,
Stanley's big now.
Stanley's the
Help,
trending one.
help a zombie today.
Help a zombie today.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of fun hashtags and
Yeah.
little slogans
Yeah.
you can come up with.
I
Have
like-
fun with it.
I like
Yeah.
your brains.
Well, epic having the two of you on.
Thanks so
Thanks.
much. This was fun.
Yeah, it
Louis,
was
good
good.
seeing you again.
Good to
Steven,
see
it was
you
nice
guys.
meeting
Yeah,
you
nice
for the
meeting you
first
guys. Yeah,
good to
time.
see you, man.
Appreciate it.
And we're excited to push this episode, see some growth out of the band.
That'd be
and,
awesome.
Yeah, we'll do what we can over here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having us on. It's
A lot of fun. This flew by.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this
It
is
did.
really interesting and very cool.
We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Boy, are my arms tired. I didn't set that up right, but I forgot to say it.
He's been waiting all
Never
evening to say,
mind.
boy, are my arms tired.
It's in there now.
Yeah, I just didn't have an opportunity.
Yeah,
I
what
did,
is
but I
this?
forgot. No.
There's a
There's a
podcast that we
podcast.
watch called Take Your Shoes Off,
Yeah.
and he says, boy, are my arms
Well,
tired.
because he'll be like, yeah, I'm from Cleveland. Boy, are my arms tired.
And people don't react
But
to
it's
when
like,
they do it
because
so
they don't
great.
get it. Yeah, nobody gets the joke.
Okay.
And I should have said it when I was like in the band in Chicago. That's when I said it. I was in a band in Chicago. Boy, are my arms tired.
Mm.
And then.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good. That's okay, though.
Or when we were talking about
Now
rule,
I said it.
Rule 34.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, are my arms tired.
Mhm.
That would have fit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it could fit anywhere.
It's a Well, for us, it's very funny. But if you don't know
We
it,
should
it's
end
not
this.
that funny. Yeah.
And on that bombshell,
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Happy Friday tomorrow. Be good to yourselves.
You deserve it.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, we'll
That was
cut
good,
it there.
guys.
Awesome.
1 hour and 15 minutes.